Afternoon all. So I put a video on my other channel yesterday, my main page, and it got banned by TikTok, seemingly for naming a certain person, got taken down for hateful behaviour. I'm sure you probably know by now who that certain person is. He's the one who keeps getting me banned. Anyway, the restaurant that he got thrown out of, the Hawksmoor chain of restaurants, some more information has come out. And is this the real reason for him getting thrown out? So the chief executive and one of the founders of Hawksmoor Restaurant is a guy called Will Beckett. And apparently it's looking more and more likely that the order to remove a certain person and his friends from that restaurant, including Liam Tufts and Gurmit Singh, who are also there with him, appears to have come down from the chief executive office, because the manager who removed them, asked them to remove them, who was very polite, did his job very politely, looked faintly embarrassed, to be honest, felt sorry for the poor guy. But he gave them the business card of the chief executive and said, if you've got any problems, take it up with this guy, who I believe was Will Beckett. Well, it turns out that Will Beckett's mum is a writer. Her name is Fiona Beckett, and she is a food and wine writer. And for many, many years, she's written for many newspapers, including The Guardian and including the Daily Mail. And who is the certain person whose name it seems I can't say, currently in dispute with and currently going through a court case with? Journalists from the Daily Mail. So could it be, I'm just hypothesising here, could it possibly be that Mr. Beckett has been speaking to his mum, Mrs. Beckett, and that they hold a little bit of a grudge against this man because of what's going on in the current dispute with the Daily Mail newspaper, and that is the reason underlying why he was thrown out? They just don't like him. It's as simple as that. Now, whether you think that's right or wrong, entirely up to you. The restaurant has the right to serve whoever it wants to serve, but they've handled this really, really badly, because they served them their first course of starters, they served them drinks, everything was going swimmingly. They've then tried to blame it on the staff and blame it on other punters in the restaurant, and it seems that that's not true, because there seems to be video evidence that people in the restaurant actually came over and shook the guy's hand and have no problem with him being there whatsoever. And apparently the staff were having a bit of banter and were all pretty cool with it as well. And if the staff didn't want to serve them, why did they allow them to spend an hour in the restaurant serving them drinks, serving them starters, etc., etc.? So it seems more likely that wind of who was in the restaurant has got back to the management office. The chief executive probably harbours a little bit of a grudge because it's his mum's newspaper, or where his mum used to write for, that's being dragged through the courts, and he's thrown his toys out of pram. That's my take on it. That may or may not be true, but those are factually correct points. Will Beckett, founder and chief executive of Hawksmoor Restaurants, his mother, Fiona Beckett, very long-standing, well-renowned food and drink writer who has written for many, many years for newspapers like The Guardian and The Mail, etc. So is it just a coincidence that this is what's happened? I don't know, draw your own conclusions. Let me know what your thoughts are.